Hey guys, Suki Lock finally back with spoiler reviews for the first time since like the NEL, early NEL for BM versus PXG. Let's get into this matchup. So, page one talks about why does it draw people in so deeply? Again, these are fans' translations, so these aren't accurate. I love this panel with Snuffy, Noah, all the Master Strikers, Lavinho, Chris Prince, and Loki. It's so peak. And Ego just chilling. And then, regardless of birth or wealth, with just a single ball, anyone in the world can freely begin playing football. Which is true, as Isagi passes it off to Rin. Oh, dang, this thing moved on its own. So yeah, we get the panel of Bello and Kuso getting cooked by Rin. And then Ego keeps on talking. This is without a doubt one of the reasons why the number of people who participate in this sport is so great. But at its essence, it is something even more primal, primitive, when it comes down to it, the origin of sports. Then we get a page 4 where Oba Bona finally does something in this game useful as he steals the ball off of Rin. That is why the human heart ours instinctively becomes enthralled by sports. And Obani says activate. And then he passes it off. And then it goes to Nigeria's counterattack. Kuso says nice one Oba. Bello says he's going for it, not passing to Onazi. And then Bello says but going for the goal himself. Karasu changed up his style, huh? Don't even dream of scoring, dumbass. Bello, what? Damn it, no good. Keep. So Karas basically in this play, Bello blitzed through Karasu. But Karasu's training is finally coming to fruit. Though they didn't show a backflash, remember his training was about endurance because he didn't have a body that could keep up Metavision for long, as he was only showing it in short bursts in the PXG versus BM game. So now we see Karasu being able to reach back, which he's always done, where he is able to try and come back from people who dribble past him, just the way he tried to do it against Yori. But I hope we get to see more of his endurance being shown in the U20 World Cup. So we see Bello pass it to a player called Sadiq. You know what? Fair play kind of shoe. I just talked trash about you only using 4 important players, but you actually used an NPC today. Fair play. If we can use a goalkeeper. Wow, and I just made a video about this too. That's crazy. Yeah, Sadiq says, great ball, Bello. Perfect pass. Real, he's attacking solo. Chigri, okay, adapt to him. Sadiq, we'll play selfishly too. BlueLock, Ego. And this sport of football. Page 8. There you go. Forms teams. Chigri, now. Real, close in on him now as Real and Chigri close in on him, not allowing him to have anything. As he passes the ball to Onazi. And Ego states, exchanges one another's will, corners the prey, and delivers the final strike. It is nothing less than the evolved form of group hunting. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Ego in page 9. Then what is the role of position of the striker at the very front lines of the struggle, avoiding the enemy's gaze? They are the one who delivers the fatal strike to the great prey. And because of this, as Onazi receives the ball and does a flick over past Isagi. I think that's what he did. And then the next page. Oh my. What is BlueLock even about anymore, bro? What? This is a mammoth, right? Look at those horns, boy. Yeah, nah, Gagamo. Mammoth aura, bro. This is go to Marvel at its full force. And then Onazis is like a tribal warrior trying to score a goal. This was really cool. Barefooted and everything. You know how them tribal warriors only had these clothings around so they can cover their private part? That is the type of aura he has. And it's so cool. I really like this whole panel page. As we see Onazi just above Ryu, IQ, and Isagi. What a peak panel. And did Ego say anything? Of course, Ego was monologuing the whole chapter, bro. Couldn't even let this game breathe. The striker is the being that instinct itself pursues as the hero. Onazi, Japan's really something, huh? The ace is passing here, Well, that's unexpected, as IQ states, as Onasi sends a pass to Shark, IQ, and RU, and it goes to Kuso. Bro, Kuso! In other words, the so-called world's number one striker, as Kuso receives the ball, trying to score. And then Ego states once again, must also be the world's number one hunter. Kuso, wah. Rin, your desire to score isn't strong enough. Too soft, you four-eyed cornrow nerd. As Rin deflects Kuso's shot. Page 16, Ego, and that is why humans... Oh, sorry, I forgot to show the panel of Rin blocking the shot. Yep, there it is. And then now we're here. And that is why humans feel the most primal pulse of life in this simple game of kicking a ball and instinctively addicted to it. As Isagi is trying to receive the ball, and the person who jumps up to it is IQ. This is football's formula of frenzy. Try me, Rin. Let's go, Isagi. Go hunting. Hunters who dream of being the world's best. Go prove that you are heroes. Carve life. Display your way of living. Football. Aspire to the summit. Be the number one. That will be carved into history. And that is the end of the chapter. Chapter 320 will be continued in the next issue. Hero or Die. What a chapter, bro. I really liked this chapter. I mean, it's not one of my favorites. It's actually, besides the gold chapters and like the first chapter from the... Yeah, it's like my top 4 chapter in this match. I really liked the gold chapters where BlueLock scored. Those were fun chapters. Like, if you combine 314 together, it was a really good chapter. Rail and Bachira together was a really hype moment too. The introduction to Nigeria was peak too. So, and this chapter was insane, especially page 10 and 11 where Nigeria and Japan, the African warrior, the Nigerian tribal warrior versus the mammoth of a goalkeeper in Gak. That had me, bro. That will feed families one day, bro. Oh my gosh. Hero or Die. Yeah, Nigeria is cooked, bro. I can't lie. They screwed their one chance because the thing that people were hoping for, including myself, was that Kuso would score. But Kuso didn't have it in him to score. Like, we were all hoping that Onazi, even in my previous video, I talked about how Onazi was going to take the false 9 beta or whatever and then pass it to Kuso for him to score. But no, Kuso just didn't fall in line and score. He sold. And it's not his fault. Rin just read his instincts better. So, do I think Isagi is going to score next chapter? It's a tough one. Hero or Die. It's going to be a lot of Ego monologuing again, as I feel like Ego ain't done yapping yet. Will we get any subs in this game? I think if Isagi scores here, after this chapter, we're going to get some subs. So, I'm going to actually go ahead and say Isagi scores here. But then, that's crazy though if Rin doesn't score. Or maybe like Rin like doesn't get subbed off and then he scores later after Isagi. But some subs should be coming after the third goal for Japan. Because like 3 goals and no subs will be crazy from Ego. Like, why are you letting these players play? But yeah, Nigeria is officially cooked. Like, their best goal chance, unless Onazi goes for a super awakening and has an ace moment. But I don't think so, really. It's really hard because like Onazi is kind of like the Sendo of this game. Like how in the U20 game, Sendo was botching up shots in the early stage, and then Sendo became like the shadow striker, like the bait for Shido to prosper. That is what Onazi has been in now. So I feel like since there is no Shido in Nigeria, Nigeria is like really cooked. I'm glad I'm back to making videos again. It's been a rough past few times. Let me know what type of video suggestions you guys have for me. I've seen like the what if Nagi and Barou swapped videos, swapped places. What if Shido went to FC Barcha? I make a full series out of that. I still have a Yukimiya video coming, a Nigeria video coming, Nagi the Barcha part 3 coming, Barou and Cheeto What If They Swap Places part 3.5 is coming, and that will be for members exclusive. And there's just more content on the way. I thank you all for being patient with me that 1 month I was away. Stay blessed. Suki out.